Welcome inside the TCO studios. Border battle number 121 is set to commence this upcoming Sunday, 12 p.m. on Fox. On the call at Lambeau Field, Fox Sports, Kevin Burkhardt. Kevin, thanks for joining.
Absolutely, Gabe. Good to see you.
You too. So you are fresh off of calling the World Series pre- and post-game show. 5 days later, you're now calling arguably one of the greatest rivalries in all of football. Describe that transition, just the past few days for you.
Look, I'm obviously always following the league, but I got taken off NFL for 3 weeks while the Major League Baseball playoffs go. So I'm still trying to follow it as much as I can. But I woke up Wednesday morning. I was like, all right, it's football week. Let's go. And, I love doing this game. Ironically, I've called 2 ties in this rivalry, which is the weirdest thing of all time. I don't even know how that's. I think there's 3 total ties in the history of the rivalry. So I don't know what that means for Sunday, but I love calling this matchup. So I'm just really excited to get to Lambeau.
Well, of course, Vikings fans are hoping for a win, but first, 1-5 Vikings versus 5-1 Packers. Your thoughts on this matchup on Sunday?
Well, I went back and watched the first week when they met up, and obviously a lot has changed since then. But that was really a nip and tuck game until really 2 minutes ago in the first half. Jair Alexander had that big interception, and then the Packers turned that into a touchdown. Yeah. And I thought that changed the whole momentum of the game. I thought it was a pretty tough game until that point. Look, Minnesota, it's pretty simple when you look at the differences between the teams. It comes down to, for me, turnovers. I mean, the Packers are great at it. They're the best in the league. They don't give the ball away, and the Vikings have given the ball away too many times. That and the fact that, look, it's obvious that, the Vikings are dealing with so much youth in the secondary on top of injuries. That's problematic when you have to stop Devontae Adams. So that's the biggest challenge in trying to keep those young guys together. And obviously Adams killed them in week 1. So that is, to me, the matchup here again.
So you talked about the first half. In week 1 against the Packers, Kirk Cousins was 3 or 5 for 54 yards. You would think he has to get going a little bit earlier this game because, the Packers' pass defense is 18th overall in the NFL, and it looks like there could be some shots down the field for this Vikings offense.
Yeah, I think there definitely will be. Jair Alexander is one of the best cornerbacks in the league. He's playing at a different level. But they've also had some injuries, and they have some inexperience back there as well. Mm-hmm. So I think there are absolutely opportunities with Thielen and with Jefferson to go down the field. I think it's everything else. The explosive plays have happened for Minnesota, even though maybe not as much until the second half of the game you're talking about. Mm-hmm. But they've had big plays. What they haven't had is, converting, first down, they'll go deep. If they don't convert it, then it's a 3 and out. That's been things like that. They have to convert the medium plays. They have to convert the underneath. And I think if Dalvin Cook is healthy, that's an if. But if he plays, that certainly helps in that department a little bit.
Holding onto the ball will definitely be key in keeping Aaron Rodgers off the field. But Aaron Rodgers, I like to call it the big 3 for the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is out this week. So how can the Vikings, I'm not even going to say stop Aaron Rodgers, but how can you slow down Aaron Rodgers sans Aaron Jones not being in the lineup?
The challenge for the Vikings this week, Gabe, is how do they get to him with pressure, which they didn't touch him in that week 1 game, while not allowing the back end to completely implode. And so the challenge there, if you're Mike Zimmer, is, okay, if I blitz, then I'm leaving the young guys in the back end exposed to potentially one-on-one matchups. If I help out back there, then Rodgers has all day where he's the best in the league against no pressure. So it's a difficult call for Mike Zimmer. I would expect some different wrinkles. They've had a bye week now to put in some different pressures. And I think you have to blitz them on third down. Obviously, Zimmer is as good as anybody in the history of the league at doing that. I think you have to do that here against Rodgers and take your chance at some point, because I would rather do that than have Rodgers sit back and have all day to throw down the field. I think when that happens, you've got no chance.
Building on that, what are some keys to success for the Vikings this Sunday?
Well, I think it's always for them getting the run game going. And I think, in Seattle, even after Cook got hurt, Madison came in and did a terrific job. Yeah. They didn't get the run game going last week. They were down really early, really quick. That has something to do with it. they've got to get that going early and stay with that and play the play action off that to keep their offense on the field. That's when they are best offensively. I think that is the most important this week, just because of all the youth and inexperience they're dealing in the back end there. So, if you're asking me the number one thing, Gabe, I still believe it's the run game and getting that run game going early and getting a little bit better start. That would really help the Vikings.
It'll really help them this upcoming Sunday, 12 p.m. on Fox. Kevin Burkhardt is on that call. Thank you, Kevin.
Gabe, appreciate the time, man.
No ties this week.
Too cold, bro.